I feel like there's so much misinformation out there about the ingredients in our skincare products these days. One in particular is alcohol. I feel like I see so many people saying that they refuse to buy any skincare products that have alcohol. They won't let it touch their faces, it's drying, it's going to harm their skin. So we're gonna discuss it. Before I get started, this video is a collab with Michelle Wong of Lab Muffin Beauty Science. She has a PhD in chemistry, you guys, and she puts out a lot of wonderful information about our beauty products, our skincare products specifically, the ingredients and the science behind all of that, so definitely check her out. She has a whole other video on her channel with Stephen Co, aka @KindOfSteven, all about alcohol in skincare products and beauty products. For this video, I sent Michelle a whole list of skincare products that I tend to use that have alcohol in them, and she sent back the reason, or the function basically, of the alcohol in each of those products. So you're gonna get to hear from her throughout this video of what the alcohol does in each of these products. So the reason why I decided to choose alcohol as one of the ingredients I wanted to discuss in particular is because I feel like it's become a really hot topic, but you still see so many skincare companies using alcohol. And when I'm saying alcohol, I mean like the drying alcohols, the denatured alcohol, the SD alcohol. There are actual alcohols that are hydrating, they're emollients for your skin, and so those are a little bit different, but I'm talking about the drying alcohols, the ones that people are like, no, I absolutely will not use that if it's in a skincare product. And I kept asking, you know, I always think this with a lot of brands. I'm like, if this ingredient is that bad for you, why are so many brands continuing to use it? And alcohol is one of those ingredients. So I started to think about it more, and I started to notice that in a lot of the Asian skincare companies, Korean beauty especially, you see that they use drying alcohol, and it makes you wonder, like, what is it that makes them use this? Yet we're hearing all this information about it being so bad for our skin. And it really got me, you guys, because if you watched my Harper's Bazaar Go to Bed With Me video, I had a super secret cleansing water that I used, and my friend who formulated that product, she messaged me and she was like, I think you're gonna love this cleansing water. I know you don't love a lot of micellar waters. I think you're gonna absolutely love this water, and I want you to try it. I'm not gonna tell you what's in it right now. It's not gonna harm your skin, obviously, and I think you're gonna love it because it's actually going to make your skin feel really nice, and it's gonna remove your makeup. So you're gonna be hydrated, nourished, and all your makeup's gonna actually come off as your first cleanse. I still choose it to be a first cleanse. So she sent it over. I used it for like a month, and I absolutely loved this cleansing water. And then she shared the ingredients that were in it, and one of those ingredients is alcohol. And the reason why she said the alcohol is in there, it helps out the ingredients that are meant to nourish your skin. It helps them actually penetrate your skin, one, and two, it helps the micelles in the micellar water actually cleanse your skin even better. And those are the two reasons that the alcohol is in there, and she's very adamant that it has to be in there to make it the formula that it is. And I was like, well, you know, if people don't like alcohol, if they don't like this alcohol in their cleansing water, what if they don't want to buy it? And she's like, it's so nice for your skin though. Did your skin feel dry? Does it feel like it's ruining it? And I was kind of like, well, won't it ruin it over time? And her whole feedback to me was not with the ingredients that are in there that actually help to nourish your skin. And that's where the big difference comes in, you guys, is a lot of the formulators and the chemists that I speak to about alcohol, they're kind of like, obviously, don't use alcohol on its own, and don't use a product where alcohol is the only ingredient or the main ingredient. They're like, that will dry your skin over time and it could hurt your skin barrier. But what they point out is there are functions of alcohol in skincare. But don't take my word for it, let's hear it from Michelle.
Alcohol in skincare doesn't seem to cause much damage to the skin. The only real problem it seems to have is that it can temporarily dehydrate skin, but you can counteract this with other ingredients in your skincare. Alcohol is very volatile, which means that it evaporates very quickly off your skin after you've applied it. This means that it's really hard to get a high enough concentration through the dead layers on the top of your skin to the living layers to have any sort of big effect. There have been a number of studies on hand rubs which have looked at applying really high concentrations of alcohol on skin repeatedly, many more times a day than we would in skincare, and generally they found that there's no big impact on skin.
Product number one is the Belif Aqua Balm Hydrating Toner, and the reason why I decided to do this one is because I put it in a video not too long ago, and that was actually a comment that I got from a lot of people, that there is drying alcohol in this product. So I want to hear it from Michelle because I actually like this product. And just so you guys know, my makeup artist Nikki uses this product to prep not only my skin, but a lot of her clients too, right before she does makeup.
The alcohol in this Belif product is most likely there as a solvent. This means that it helps dissolve up some of the ingredients in the formula that won't dissolve in water alone. I don't think alcohol is really necessary in this product, but it's not really doing that much harm either. The main problem with alcohol is that it can be dehydrating, but the reviews of this product mostly say that they found it very hydrating. And I think that's because it's got lots of moisturizing ingredients that counteract the dehydrating effect of the alcohol. There's glycerin, dipropylene glycol, and 1,2-hexane-diol high up in the ingredients list. These ingredients are humectants that are really good at holding onto water, and so it stops it from evaporating along with the ethanol.
And since we're talking about Belif, I wanted to also bring up their True Cream Aqua Balm because I feel like it is one of the most popular moisturizers out there for people with oily skin especially. So I wanted to point this one out because it also has alcohol-DINA in it.
Alcohol is low in the ingredients list in this formula, which means that there's going to be a lot less of it. It's most likely here in this formula, again, as a solvent to keep some of the ingredients dissolved. It might also have been added into this product as part of a mixture of ingredients. There are a lot of ready-made mixtures of ingredients that cosmetic formulators use that already have things like water and preservatives and solvents added. Like in the toner, there are lots of really hydrating humectants in this formula, like glycerin, that will counteract the dehydrating effect of the alcohol. There are also lots of silicones and emollients in this formula that will seal in water and keep the skin smooth.
Next is a product that I only just started using. It's by Philosophy. It's their Micro Delivery Dream Peel, and it's the kind of peel that you put on your face. It's not extremely intense, at least not for me. It might be for some people, but you actually sleep in this product and then you wake up and you rinse it off the next day. It's hydrating, but it also has lactic acid in it. It has glycolic acid in it, so it's really a peel for your face. And from my experience so far, it hasn't actually made my skin peel, but it's a very deep chemical exfoliator, and this does have drying alcohol in it, so I wanted to get Michelle's take on it.
Alcohol is so far down the list in this formula that I don't think it's worth worrying about. It looks like, I would guess, less than 1%, and remember, most of that 1% is going to evaporate off the skin. I definitely think that alcohol here has been added as part of an ingredient mix and not as a separate part of the formula. Again, there's lots of humectants here, so it would definitely be able to counteract the dehydrating effect of the alcohol. Glycerin is the second ingredient.
Next, we pretty much know why alcohol is in this product, but it's Crave's the Beet Shield. It's their sunscreen that they offer. It's an antioxidant sunscreen. Leah Yu, who is the founder of Crave, actually did a whole video and has constantly talked about why there is alcohol in this product, but I thought, why not ask Michelle about her opinion on it too?
In skincare, we frequently find alcohol in sunscreens. The reason it's there is firstly to keep the sunscreen ingredients dissolved so that they apply and spread nicely on your skin. If a sunscreen doesn't spread out evenly on your skin, then you end up with patchy coverage, and so that means you don't have very good UV protection. Alcohol also makes a sunscreen feel lighter and dry down faster, since it evaporates faster than water, which is the cheapest and most common solvent used in beauty products.
Next is a product that I actually have on my face right this minute, and that is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. This is probably one of my long-time go-to setting sprays. I've gone back and forth with using this, but I feel like a lot of setting sprays have alcohol in them, just like this one. I tend to use this one because it's like an OG. I always kind of go back to it. Nikki, my makeup artist, brings this out all the time. She loves it. She even uses it sometimes if one of her cream shadows gets a little bit dry, or if she wants to wet a shadow or something. She gives it a little spritz and then she moves on with it. So it's a product that's constantly being used by me and people on my team. It's just an OG that we tend to use, but I feel like a lot of makeup setting sprays have alcohol in them. So I want to hear from Michelle. Why?
Alcohol is used in setting mist to help dissolve up polymers. The most common one in setting sprays is PVP. These polymers form a protective film on your face after you sprayed it. This film holds your makeup in place and helps protect it from humidity and sweat. The alcohol and water in the formula can also help your makeup look less powdery and more blended.
Next up is the Mario Badescu Witch Hazel and Rose Toner, and honestly I picked this one out because I don't actually use it, but I know a lot of people ask about Witch Hazel, and I actually think if I dig deep, I feel like witch hazel is the ingredient that actually led to alcohol getting a really bad name, and that's because of the way witch hazel is extracted. So I don't use this product, I want to be clear about that. I just feel like this is a very popular type of product that I see a lot of people message me about this type of product, if not this one specifically, and they're constantly asking about witch hazel, so I wanted to really point this one out because of the witch hazel in it.
Witch hazel and other plant extracts often have alcohol in them. In the extraction process, what usually happens is that a plant is mashed up with water, and useful substances from the plant dissolve dissolve into the water. Then the watery solution goes through a few extra purification steps like filtration, and then you end up with the plant extract. Water can dissolve a lot of compounds, but it's not quite as good at dissolving things as alcohol, or even better, a mixture of water and alcohol. That means that adding alcohol will help pull out more useful substances from a plant. So one example is oils. Water is not good at dissolving oils at all. Ethanol is a lot better at this. If the ethanol isn't completely evaporated off afterwards, then the extract will still have some ethanol in it. In this case, there's glycerin again very high up in the ingredients list, and this will counteract the dehydrating effect of alcohol.
Next is Tatcha, the rice polish, and I chose this one because it's a different type of skincare product. This is a powder. You actually have to wet it to actually activate it and use it on your skin. So I thought it'd be really interesting to get her perspective on this one as well.
Alcohol is really far down the list in this product, and again, I'm guessing it's part of an ingredient mixture rather than a separate ingredient that was added to help the formula work better. Again, it's just so far down the list that I don't think it'll have any sort of impact on your skin.
And last is the Sanitas Brightening Peel Pads, and the reason why I brought this one up is because I did a recent reaction video with Katie. It was a really fun collab, but she said that she really loved these Sanitas Brightening Peel Pads, and I hadn't tried them before. I still haven't tried them, to be honest, but I did notice that not just in these peel pads, but if you look up the ingredients in a lot of these peel pads, you'll notice that alcohol is usually pretty high up in the list. So I wanted to hear what Michelle had to say about it too.
You'll find alcohol in a lot of products that have salicylic acid in it because salicylic acid just isn't very good at dissolving in water. The alcohol helps it dissolve, and so it ends up getting on your skin in a high enough concentration to work. In this particular formula, there's also polysorbate 20, which is an emulsifier that helps it dissolve as well. Alcohol can also act as a penetration enhancer. It disrupts your skin at the molecular level temporarily so that ingredients can pass through deeper into the skin where they need to be to have an effect.
So I know that was a lot of information, and truly Michelle did all the work in this video, you guys, so you should really head over to her channel because she has a video where she talks all about alcohol in skincare, and she's kind of like busting some of the myths, which is what she truly does. She likes to bust a lot of myths, and if you follow her on Instagram, you'll see that she does this often. But I hope this video was actually really informational for you. This is the stuff that I've been thinking about a lot because I actually have said that I'm not sure about drying alcohol in skincare before, and you know, I've really come around because after I made that statement, then I started to hear from the skincare community being like, well, is alcohol really bad? You can't look at alcohol as the one ingredient, and a lot of the time you can't look at just one ingredient in an ingredient list in general. It's all about the formulation and what purpose the ingredients are serving in that. A really good friend of mine named Annalisa, she is the Skin Perspective on Instagram. She's constantly DMing me, and I love having these talks with her because she's always like, we as formulators never look at it as the one ingredient. You can never demonize just one ingredient. You have to look at the formulation as a whole. There is a purpose that every ingredient is serving in these formulations, and you have to look at it as that. What is this product supposed to do for your skin? There are times where I think drying alcohol might not be necessary in a product, or you might not want to use it, or you might just know that it's not an ingredient that typically works well with your skin. Totally different, because there are ingredients that we just don't love. But you can't just demonize one ingredient when you see it, because sometimes it might be the reason why people really love this product. It might be serving a greater purpose. So keep that in mind, you guys. I'm not telling you that you have to love alcohol suddenly and start buying all these products. I'm just trying to give you another perspective, and I'm trying to, you know, make sure that we are keeping open minds about everything that we're using so that we can be educated and be informed consumers. So I hope this video was helpful. Find me in our private Facebook group. I'll leave a link below in the description box. I'm also on Instagram. I'm constantly talking about beauty products, constantly post about my children, so you'll get that there too. And I'm also on TikTok, you guys. I'm starting to post there. So follow me. Talk to you soon.